All right, so let's hop in there to the last segment. We're going to do a state of the Broncos, Steelers, Chiefs. We don't have my man Sean out here tonight for the state of the Colts. And I don't think that that's because of the loss. He said he was feeling a little under the weather, but he did say he would come back at it because I think they're going to be a relevant conversation down the road. Said I definitely want to come out there and be a part of it. So excited to have Sean come out here and do the state of the Colts. But so where are you at with the state of the Broncos coming off a bye and knowing what's ahead of you? What are you thinking?
Yeah, so state of the Broncos this week. Obviously, coming off a bye, we ended the bye on a hot streak. We beat the Chiefs, which was nice. It's kind of our exclamation point for the season.
For sure.
Obviously, got that huge win over Greg there.
It wasn't over me.
So excited for Christmas. Nah, it was over you. It was personal. I wrote Sean Payton a handwritten letter that said, "Hey man, I need this, please." But I'm excited for the Sunday Night Football game. It's a chance for us to show the league and show the fans that we're a legit team on both offense and defense coming off the bye, especially a down Commanders team. And then we have a stretch. Our games coming up are easily winnable games. So I'm excited for them to get right against the Commanders. Hopefully our offense clicks a little bit, no more screen passes. Hopefully Sean Payton went to a Kenny Chesney concert over break. That's kind of what he does in his off time and his free time. So hopefully Kenny got him right for this playoff run we're going to make here and our Super Bowl run we're going to make down the stretch here. But I'm excited to coming off the bye. Obviously, still not having a R.J. Harvey, not having a true RB1. Missed out on Dameon Pierce, who got signed by Kansas State practice squad. So I think Harvey, and we can do it by committee for the season, but I think this is kind of be at the end of the year recap we do after the Super Bowl, but I think one thing on the Broncos agenda is to find either a third running back or find another wide receiver, another guy we can get the ball to. But I'm excited for this run we're going to go on here coming off the bye. Hopefully everybody's getting healthy. Singleton will be back after his testicular surgery, so after his cancer that they found. So I'm excited for that. I think excited to have when we do our Pro Bowl picks that we're going to do here in a couple weeks, who we think will be Pro Bowl players. Excited to have a couple Broncos on there. So, but that's the state of the Broncos. Going to get the win of the Commanders. Going to lock up the AFC West, and Christmas will be great.
Christmas is not going to be great.
Christmas is going to be a blast.
I'm going to be out there I told Big Will, I said, I'm going to try to order a pair of Broncos boxers, so when I have to pay off my bet, in my boxers with the homemade sign at Arrowhead, looking like a homeless fool out there. So the sign is still to be determined.
Any ideas? Drop them in the comments below.
Don't drop them below.
We have some crazy ones so far. We'll obviously put up a Twitter poll here coming up when we get some good ideas.
It's a good idea.
But we're excited. I'm excited for sure. I don't know. LFV's excited. I know Twitch is excited to see his uncle out there with a goofy sign.
Not in his underwear.
Yeah.
Pause. Or on pause. I have socks on. It's okay. But Twitch, what's the state of the Steelers over there?
I got nothing. No, 6-5. Obviously tied to the same record as the Ravens, but due to tiebreak, which is funny because I saw them eventually catching up with us. And I knew they had the same record, but it wasn't until the 3 o'clock games when I saw the graphic. I'm like, oh, they actually already jumped us because of a tiebreak. I don't even know what, probably a conference or interdivisional record or what. But, obviously you're still tied for the same record. They still have an opportunity. I'm a diehard fan for life, but I'm just being real. I'm being a pessimist, but I'm just next 3 out of 4 games. You got Buffalo this week at home. That's a big game. Like I said, hopefully you get Rodgers back. Rudolph was serviceable, but couldn't make the plays down the end. And then after that, we play in Baltimore the week after this. Then we hopefully we can finally win a primetime game this year after the stinkers we put up with the Bengals, Packers, and Chargers. So then we play the Dolphins. And then after that, in 4 weeks, we play at Detroit. So we've got Detroit, Baltimore, and Buffalo all coming up. So definitely try to take care of business at home. Pittsburgh, for the most part, has played better at home this year. A couple of things I did actually like. Jaylen Warren continues to be that guy for Pittsburgh, being one consistent piece. This seems like every week he's putting up at least 120, and more often than not a touchdown. Just when he's healthy, it's just because what he adds out of the backfield and just refusal to go down. He's one of my favorite players to watch for us. And then really, I know Kenneth Gainwell, when Warren was out early in the year and we beat the Patriots and the Vikings, Gainwell just doesn't have that like overly elusive speed, but he also doesn't have like, he's not the bruiser back either. So it's just like, but he gets first down, he makes big plays. I'm just like a lot better than what I thought and what I think probably what even Pittsburgh planned on. So that being said, like Gainwell had a couple really nice runs, had a pretty good game on Sunday against the Bears. So I feel like that needs to continue, especially like you said, whether DK plays or not. We're 11 games in the season. We don't have a number 2 receiver, and again, the tight ends disappeared last week. So that could have had to do with the philosophy, and like I said, it was 28-31 in a close game. So some of that had to do with our philosophy and not be able to get the defense off the ball the second half. I don't really know what else to say other than, like I said,
Darnell Washington with another great clip. He pulled across and completely depleted, 10-toed a guy.
Yeah.
So it's always fun to watch him play. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how they get him more involved in the offense, but I think he definitely needs to play a bigger role.
Yeah.
The guy's a freak of nature.
Oh, yeah.
6'8", 300. He came out on the St. Brown podcast. I don't know what it's called, but St. Brown podcast is, there's like, how much do you weigh? You're listed at 250.
Right, which most people don't tell the truth. They don't give an answer.
Yeah, and he was like 311.
Yeah.
So that's an offensive tackle you have playing tight end who's just wrecking guys. So they definitely.
Yeah, it's a big win. If Pittsburgh, and this is why, is because I just feel like Houston and Kansas City down the stretch, I trust more than us. With not even for the fact of our offense, but just the fact of who we play and our strength of schedule. So, again, we play better at home, and big game against the Ravens next week. You don't want to lose any to Baltimore. You hope that we can at least split with them, but you definitely don't want to go into Baltimore down a game and lose that one, then be down 2 with the tiebreaker with them. So I feel like this is a huge game for Pittsburgh. Like I said, again, hopefully Rodgers comes back. And
so on Thanksgiving, will you be wearing a Joe Burrow jersey?
No, a Burrow jersey. No.
If the Bengals get that win on Thanksgiving on the night game,
Finn's not here to bet. I ain't betting. I ain't wearing fucking bet. You know how hard it is each Christmas and birthday to have to spend my hard-earned money on Bengal shit.
So what is this?
But if the Bengals get that win Thursday night, that gives you a little breathing room to say, okay, how big is that win? Which you didn't pick over the Bills, but those 2 games, a Bengals win and a Steelers win, is a catalyst for your playoff picture.
Yeah, but you're still looking at 6
but you didn't pick either one of those.
6, but and not only that, but then you're looking at 6 and 6 and 7 and 5. But then I feel like I'm going to give enough confidence in my team and the magnetic energy towards 10 and 8 or 9 and 8 and 10 and 7. I'm going to give them the benefit because other than the last 2 games last year, like the playoff game and the last game, like the last regular season game, Pittsburgh's actually pretty much owned Baltimore over the last 5 or 6 years. Baltimore's the better team, but what I'm saying is like I feel like we'll split with Baltimore, but Baltimore's probably going to beat us next week. So I feel like that makes this Buffalo game that much more important. And they said that, again, it's not even the fact of trying to hate on my team. It's just they've been so inconsistent. And they don't really have a strength to hang their hat on. And with their strength of schedule, I just can't see them. With the Chargers up a game, the Bills up a game, probably going to go up by 2 games and a tiebreaker over Pittsburgh. Those are the head-to-head tiebreakers. So I said they already have that loss to the Chargers, and as far as if it comes down to a tiebreaker playoff spot there, so you don't want to have that situation against the Bills. I know you're thinking, well, why not just win the division? But I don't think that's it. But you have all these teams we talked about already: the Chargers, the Jaguars, the Chiefs, the Texans, the Steelers. Those are the teams that are going to be fighting that have 5-6 losses that are within the realistic shot of taking those last 3 wild card spots.
Well, as you being my nephew for your whole entire life, that's the only reason why I've ever tuned in to watch Pittsburgh, because that's not my team, obviously. And we went to a playoff game right there before Patrick Mahomes took over the reins,
2016.
and you wearing your Bumblebee jersey, going down the corridor at GEHA Stadium. And
Did I wear
yeah,
my
you
Bumblebee
wore
crown?
or you wore a cape or something because you had to go out there in the
I wore
parking
my
lot.
flag as a cape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I wear my Bumblebee or did I wear my bin? I can't remember. I think I wore my bin.
So I mean, so I always get excited for you because I know how much you absolutely love the Steelers. No matter what it sounds like on the podcast, you are a diehard Steelers fan, and you're just speaking the truth of what you see happening from week to week, just to keep it honest. And so, I hope a couple things go your way this week for Thanksgiving. I hope that the Bengals pull up a crazy upset. I
I'd
hope
be
the
okay with
Steelers
that,
get an upset against the Bills. I'm not going to be upset about the Bills getting knocked down. Going into the state of the Chiefs, this was it. I was this big old race to 10 wins and stuff like that. And right now, I said that the Chiefs would probably drop one either to the Colts or the Cowboys. Glad to get the win at home, but I'm more nervous about the short week traveling on the road, playing a high caliber offense where you have some wide receiver weapons. And Dak Prescott, he was one of my crazy offensive players of the week, so he can get it done at home on Thanksgiving and on an afternoon game. I can see that happening. So the state of the Chiefs for me is, if they get this, I don't think you have room to breathe, but at least you know a little bit more about where some of those other teams are sitting. And you look at the games ahead, take it 1 week at a time, because like you mentioned earlier, the next week it's another primetime game, and we play Houston on Sunday night, and Houston has been wrecking teams. So I feel like hand the ball off to Kareem Hunt, give him those 30 carries. I like seeing Patrick Mahomes to some extent taking the ball in his own hand and making the plays when he needs to make them. That doesn't make me happy necessarily that he's not confident in some of the other things downfield, but I think we're still in that same situation. I think I said 2 weeks ago that I feel like we'll be having the same conversation about the state of the Chiefs after Thanksgiving going into Houston, that we're still going to be on the outside looking in, needing some help from some other teams. And we have a handful of division games ahead of us in December. I like how we play in December. I believe in 15. I believe in Andy Reid. I think that those are going to be some great games, and December football in the NFL for the Chiefs is always exciting. So, let's see what happens on Thursday.
Yeah. It'll definitely be a good game for sure. Definitely interested to see how that game pans out, especially for, the Broncos locking up the West, but also just see how Kansas City responds. Because obviously you knock off arguably with one of the hottest teams in the league right now. You hold Jonathan Taylor, who's on a crazy offensive player of the year pace, but you hold him to 60 yards or whatever you held him to, and you shut down that offense. And obviously the Cowboys are more explosive. Pickens is playing like wide receiver 1 right now.
Time of possession.
Yeah, time of possession is really going to be huge. I feel like it's going to be a huge stat in this game. Can the Chiefs drive the ball down the field without mistakes across the board and make the Cowboys, lack of a better term, make the Cowboys sweat it out, especially rolling into, because the Cowboys obviously defense has improved, but it's not what it has been in the past. So I'm excited to see for that one for sure.
And no turnovers. That's it. That first play this last week against the Colts, batted ball, pops up like 20 feet in the air. The guy turns around and just falls in his bread basket. And then, that's how the Chiefs offense starts. So then you have the Kareem Hunt fumble and stuff like that. If we control the clock, eliminate turnovers and penalties, I'm about ready to say, I don't know how long you sit there and you put up with 74 Taylor on the Chiefs, but the number of penalties he's picked up over his career, it wasn't just 1 week or one season. That's frustrating as all get out. So eliminate your penalties, eliminate your turnovers, and control the time of possession. If we can do that, that's football. But, let's go. Thanksgiving's going to be great.
Very much so. Chiefs are plus 550 to win the AFC right now. I'm trying to find the Super Bowl. And they already got draft stats up here. Couple college games. Not really a very big college podcast here, college football podcast. But getting here towards the end, where the college football playoffs about to kind of kick off here. This week is a hate week or rivalry week, depending on how you look at it. Couple big games happening. Obviously, Ohio State, Michigan. If you're not busy Saturday at noon, should be tuning into that one. It's always a great game to get into, to watch, just because of the pure hatred. Ohio State hasn't beat them in a while, but it'll be interesting to see. Georgia Tech play should be a good game. Texas A&M and Texas will play. It'll be a good game. Arizona State's always a shootout. There's a huge brawl after that one last year. There's a bunch of brawls last year across the board. Oklahoma LSU will be a good one. Miami Pitt. Clemson and South Carolina will be interesting because neither of those teams are really in the playoff hunt, but just two teams that actually hate each other across the board. So be on the lookout. Not very big. Obviously, Oregon and Washington playing, Vanderbilt, Tennessee, but it'll be good. It's hate week. It's always fun to watch the fights that happen. I mean, I know announcers always say, "Oh, you hate to see that." No, we don't. We love to see that, guys. We love the fiery competition. I mean, don't necessarily appreciate Carolina Panthers guys punching Juwan Jennings in the dick, and then Juwan Jennings getting feisty after the game. But obviously, don't really appreciate that one, but it happens, I guess. Did you guys see that? The guy the Panthers guy he was clubbed up. He had a broken wrist or something, and he just undercut John Jennings in the dick. So Juwan Jennings fought him after the game, respectfully on the field in front of everybody.
Nice.
But yeah, this exciting weekend for football across the board. Thursday is going to be fun. Friday at 2 p.m. will be fun, I guess. If you're not busy doing whatever Black Friday shopping, get home and
It's really shopping for everybody.
yeah. I mean, but I mean with Amazon Prime. Shut the fuck.
It's really everybody.
Yeah. Anyways, excited for football across the board this weekend. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Hope you have a good Thanksgiving with your families or whatever you do. If you participate in Friendsgivings, I'm going to participate in one. Interested to see how that's going to go down. But appreciate everybody listening. Appreciate Greg for having us out here every week for this podcast. Sorry for a little bit the shorter format this week. Had some technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Had a bunch of good content, a bunch of really good notes, a bunch of Twitch had some good takes. LSV had some good takes. So sorry about the shorter podcast this week, but hope everybody has a great week. Hope all your bets hit. If you bet, hope y'all stay safe. Have fun with your family. Go win your turkey bowl this year.
Yeah.
But appreciate everybody listening. We'll catch you guys next week.